Herman Marigny and I are talking about really is freedom. It's freedom. This is what I've realized only in the past year. I mean, yes, it was. I did the tier building. But you have to stay on your tier building. You have to stay on your compliances, and you. And
when you say tier building, you probably
your
in the net 15
your
to 30,
Granger and your
right?
Quill.
So because your business profile was blank, right? In order to put something on that profile for it to no longer be blank, there's a segment of companies we call tiers.
Right.
First tier, second tier. I go all the way up to 8 tiers
credit
in my book.
Right.
That will give you a report credit on your behalf to the bureaus once you pay them. Within that net period.
So went through the tier building, but I wasn't on top of it. Like I need to breathe. I need this so bad. I need to breathe. So I got around 15 trade lines and walked up the ladder, so to speak. Got my Dell account up, got my BP account. That's the biggest resource was BP, because just on my gumption by telling them, hey, I'm gonna have 20 cars, but I don't think I told them I was gonna. I think I told them I had 20 cars as a fleet. They gave me an $18,000 credit line. That was just for the gas and for the automotive, right? Repairs. But they also gave me a corporate card after I became a good steward to that gas card. They gave me a $23,000 corporate card, which now is $43,000. So that model is something that you teach, but you teach it to another level, because there's not just BP, there's Arco, there's Shell, there's all kinds of ways and means. There's Fuel Man, all of these businesses that will, yes, you use their gas, but yes, they want to now give you corporate credit. What's your pros and cons about that?
All right, so I love that you went into the fuel space, because you have to use the fuel. Right, and most people don't know credit is on utilization. They only report what you use. They don't report that you got that limit. So you just you've got a $43,000 limit. The limit means nothing. They want to see how much of that you've used, right? How much you paid on time. That is the thing with business credit as opposed to personal credit. So I commend you. You went into an area that has to be reported, a limit, and increases. They seen you as valuable, and they've increased that. And not only increased it, they put you in a level above many others.
So now you're talking about beyond tiers. We talking about that should be the chapter of this here. Beyond tiers, because beyond the tiers means that you duplicate what you've done with a corporation, and you have more corporations, and you use that money to create revenue streams. And one of the revenue streams you like to talk about is the trucking industry, which is near and dear to you. Can you go a little bit into that, because there's something that you said that was powerful the other day. How valuable and important trucking is in this world we're in right now, because of what's going on with shipping and boating and the amount of money that truckers make. What is that about?
Primarily, this is what it is. You can look it up. You can Google it, because y'all in the Google age, right? About 77% of all goods are moved by truck. You have to understand that. We're in a multi-trillion dollar GDP, right? Gross domestic product. So a bunch of products is moving trillions and trillions of dollars every year. And of those trillions and trillions of dollars worth of product, 77% of it is moved by truck. So trucking is integrated into our economy. So if you ever want to know how our economy is, there is a trucking index that the people on Wall Street follow, and that'll get a prelude to what's going on in our economy. You got it? So back to why I think trucking is very good for people that did not go the college route, that did not go to get a job where you need to rely mostly on your mind. And it's not for everybody. And it's an easy license to get, right? So I own a couple of trucking schools, and in there you can get a CDL, a B license, in like 2 weeks. And that B license will allow you to work for FedEx. It'll allow you to work for Amazon. It'll allow you to work for many others. So 2 weeks you can get a license. We give you more time if it's needed, but in little as 2 weeks for a B license, and as little 3 to 6 weeks for an A license. That'll allow you to drive the big 18 wheelers. And what I was telling you earlier, that Amazon right now, they pay their drivers more than somebody at entry-level Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs is the big bank. It is seen as the top tier investment banking around the world, and their entry-level people make about $100,000. Walmart is paying their drivers who has experience, right, who passed their internal test, anywhere from $95 to $110,000. So who would have thought, right? You have an investment banker that's selling stocks or doing stuff, and now you have a trucker that's moving product around the country. So Walmart sees them as just as valuable as somebody got an Ivy League degree and working at Goldman
So you
Sachs.
have a system now, a system that trains these truckers so that they can get their CDL. But there's another level for those people that aren't even truckers. You have an opportunity for them to sort of be sort of like an agent for you, right? To let truckers know about your system.
Good. Oh my God, that's a great segue. So what happens is that the federal government stepped in, right? Because of all the accidents, everything that was going on, 50 different states have different rules and regulations. So the federal government stepped in, and the federal government says that everybody has to have this new entry-level driver training. If you were a new driver and you started your driving career, right? Before, you would just go to somebody's school, they would maybe pass you, not pass you, and that's the end of it. Well, how much training you got, nobody knew. Got me? Now the government mandated on February the 7th, 2022, that every new driver that enters into, millions enter every year, right? Every new driver has to take this course. They have to take the entry-level driver training. Whether you're getting a Class A license, Class B license, it does not matter, right? Hazmat, bus, passenger, you have to take this. So what I've done is I've created the courses for someone, right? And that you can take this to your community, right? To your local driver motor vehicle place, and you can place your information there because this stuff is approved by the Federal Motor Carrier Association, approved by the Federal Transportation Administration. So in essence, I created a digital course that you can monetize. I did the creating. I put it in places here.
Did the heavy work.
Right? All you have to do basically is go to those places and say, hey, I'm my company, right? See, they are mentors who I'm affiliated with. We're part of the Department of Motor Vehicle. When somebody comes to get their driver's license, can I be added to the list of people they can choose from?
And of course, there's motor vehicles bureaus all over the country.
Oh my God! My VAs went out and got the list. There's tens of thousands of Department of Motor Vehicles, and I ain't talking about tag stations, just Department of Motor Vehicles.
And so the way to reach them is what? Just show up with a brochure? What does that look like?
Man, listen, you're very concise question. What we did is we did the blueprint for you. We contacted the bureaus. We sent them emails, right, and asked them could they put us on the list that they give out, or would they like us to come and give out flyers? I mean, so you decide what's best for you.
Depending on the jurisdiction, I guess.
That is exactly right. And not everyone is going to say okay, but if just one does, I'm currently making over $25,000 in, I want to say 90 days from just one DMV. There's tens of thousands of DMVs in there, and I'll show you the receipts from it.
Wow, that's big. So we've been talking about personal credit. We evolved and talked about business credit. We talked about multiplying yourself, because once you clean up your credit and once you become the nucleus of the corporation, you can now multiply those corporations to duplicate yourself.
Listen, you summed it up perfectly. Now that you have your personal credit optimized, now that it is leveraged into the business world, and now you can go and do Turo, you can do Airbnb, right? You can do digital courses, right? It's real estate, trucking.
Multiple streams of revenue.
You have multiple streams of revenue. Unlike the past generations who did not have access to this, did not have the knowledge. Like we said earlier, this was not taught in high school. This was not taught in college. How do I know? I tell you, I have 7 college degrees. Graduated magna cum laude, summa cum laude, every laude you could imagine.
Every laude daddy.
And not one of those colleges, from Berkeley to Ohio to McNeese to University of New York, not one of them taught this strategy.
They should be teaching credit in high school or sooner.
So we're not going to wait on that.
Right.
We're not going to wait on that. We're not going to rely on a government institution to teach our students, to give this to our children, to leave it for legacy, because they won't. Because you are meant to be a worker there. In order for you to get the knowledge that you need to get with a mentor. You need to get into a course designed to give you the knowledge to participate in this capitalistic system.
What's the legacy that you want to see that Herman Marigny has left behind?
Business Credit University, right? It changed my life. It actually changed my life. I was honing with all those degrees to be a worker, right? I was honing to be the best worker the United States ever produced, right? When I got introduced to business credit, it changed everything. That allowed me to have the access to capital to be an entrepreneur, to be awarded by our governor, to be awarded by the Small Business Administration, right? To be awarded by local councilmen and mayors. Without that there, I would have just been in somebody's cubicle or maybe an office or something like that. So I created Business Credit University to change other people's lives. So that's the legacy that I would like to leave.
That's big, bro. For sure. My head is buzzing. I don't know about y'all, but Herman Marigny, for me, is a hero because he's a mentor. He's mentoring me in ways that no hard feelings. Dad and uncles and grandfathers, nobody didn't have that information. And that you only know what you know, right?
That's right.
But now I got caught at a time that I'm able to execute. I got caught at a time that I'm able to fund and be responsible for what I get.
It goes past that. Now you have that responsibility, right? Too much is given, much is
gotta teach, right?
That is exactly right. And you're going to be a great example of how I do, because you have this production company, you have the media know-how, you're a writer, so you're going to be the next level to put this and bring this to the masses, unlike anybody before. Because you're doing it, right? You're learning it, you're doing it, and now you're going to, that's right, you're going to bring it.
Learn it. Do it, show it, prove it. Sound like an In Vogue song. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you so much, man. It's my pleasure to know you and to really walk beside you, you know. And I look forward to bigger things and giving my testimony. You know what I mean?
Amen. That's
to
what
the world.
When I see you, that's exactly what I see. You are a head and shoulder above many other people.
I'm Herman's other son. Let's be clear. You know, I'm gonna have that big Range Rover in the driveway soon. Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome.